have a question for God. Why?
Sup my dudes, Valkyrja, and today I want to talk to you about a topic I've been seeing going around the community, and that is basically, there's no content, there's nothing to do. This sounds so familiar to Genshin that I want to get into it and I want to talk about it, because if you guys don't know, I beat the game in approximately 4 to 5 days. Yeah, it didn't take me very long, and the reason I did it and the reason I ran out of content is because of my own, well, grind lord status. I like to grind the hell out of games. Now, I operate 2 accounts. One, I play at a casual level, where I'll log in at most 2 hours a day, maybe 30 minutes a day. It depends. I play on a very casual level, and then another one is my main account, where I slam everything the instant I have it. Now, I have heard so many people talking about this, that there's no content inside the game, and I just think that's just abhorrently, like, really false. So if we look at an average AAA game status, you get somewhere between 40 to 70 hours of gameplay for about a $70 game. And then we look at this free-to-play game, and I know from personal experience, you could not have beat everything in the game in less than 30 hours. I think it's impossible to 100% this game in less than 30 hours, unless you already have prior knowledge and you're speedrunning it. That's a different story. But I do think it's genuinely impossible to basically 100% the current state of the game in 1.0 in less than 30 hours. I think it's going to get better over time, and I've seen a lot of people mention also the lack of the events doesn't help. Technically speaking, in quotations, there is an event active. It's the event giving you 10 special tickets. That's technically an event, but I'm sure HoYo counts as an event, but that's not what we mean by events, right? So, if we compare it to Genshin, Genshin also only had a singular event in 1.0, and that was in the second half of 1.0, and it was terrible. It was really bad. So, trust me, we're not really missing out on anything, but it would be nice to have an event, but obviously we're going to get events come 1.1, so it's just kind of just a grind up and progress until 1.1 situation, where we're just basically going along the motions until we finally get to 1.1, where we're going to have new content, new events, etc. And then we start repeating what I want to call the HoYo circle, where every 6 weeks, basically we get new content. But you're going to complete that 6 weeks worth of content normally within a week and a half to 2 weeks. It's not going to take you very long. It's going to take you about that amount of time because the game's not meant to be slammed. It is a very casual game. Like I said earlier, I have 2 accounts. One I slam the game on, and the other one I play very casually. The one I play casually, and I do this on purpose because I just want to see exactly how much value you can get out of the game if you play it casually. I still haven't completed everything, and we're about 2.5 weeks into the game. By my estimate, the way I'm playing the game, I'm now hitting down the final stretch. I'll probably have everything completed by the time 1.1 goes live. So I think that if you actually pace yourself and you don't slam the game, there is enough content to last you to the next area. However, if you are slamming the game, you are simply just going to run out of things to do. That's just how it is. If you don't want to run out of things to do, then don't slam the game. And I understand, the game's super fun. It's super addictive. You want to grind, you want to progress, you want to do all this neat stuff, and I do too. But you can't. You simply can't. You're just going to run out of things to do, and then you're back in the exact same cycle you were in with Genshin. If you did not play Genshin, then you don't know what I'm talking about. Then pace yourself, please. I can't stress that enough, to pace yourself. It's why, if I recommend doing it, here's my advice to you. If you really want to play the game really bad, and you don't want to slam your account, start a second account. This is turn-based. It's not as crazy. Whenever you're logging in, you see where it says, like, whatever server you're in, America, Europe, Asia, etc. Just pick a different server. You can start an account that way. It's very simple, very easy to do. It's a single player game at the end of the day, so as long as you're having fun on your own, it shouldn't matter like what server you're on, simply because I haven't really noticed an issue with ping. Ping's not really been an issue for me whenever I'm playing on other servers. I've had upwards of like 170 ping on the Asia server. It's not really a big deal, but it could bother some people. I don't know. Anyways, my advice, take your time, make a second account. Whatever. I think there's plenty of content for a game that basically is 100% free, because you don't need to spend in this game. I hate to inform you, you don't need the latest and greatest. The game gives you everything you could possibly want free to play, and it's up to you to utilize the tools to the best of your capabilities. But the game is very, very free-to-play friendly. It gives you 30 plus hours of gameplay, no matter how fast you play. Because like I said, I crushed it, and I got at least 30. I'm pretty sure more. I'm pretty sure for the average person, it's going to be 40 to 50 hours. But for me, it took me about 30 hours, I want to say, to beat everything. Like 4 or 5 days straight of playing. And I was playing literally all day, every day. So to do everything, it took me about that long. And I'm sure other people, it could take longer. So yeah, I think there's plenty of content right now. Of course, that's going to go away as we, drift into the later end of the 6-week cycle. But for right now, I think there's plenty of content for just a casual player. And I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. If you guys are out of content and you're trying to blame HoYo for the fact that there's not enough in the game, I suggest looking in the mirror for the reason as to why all the content is done. Yes, like I said, the game's fun. I did the same thing, but the difference is I'm very aware that I am the reason I have no content. I am aware of it. I just made a second account, and I'm being very casual on that account. Other than that, I'm just doing other things, playing other games. Diablo 4 is coming out soon. Going to be pretty excited to play that. But other than that, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This is my thoughts on it. I'm sure a lot of people aren't going to like my take. They're going to be like, HoYo bootlicker! Ah! I get it. A lot of people want me to basically say there's not enough, but I genuinely think the opposite. I think there's plenty of content. It's just a matter of how fast you actually complete it and how fast you run it through. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.